No. We can fight very well.
Oh,
fight very well.
oh, crazy ones. Oh, come on.
My first tattoo was this one. Yeah. So that's So Help Me God in Greek. So Kanye has the same thing. I'm a big Kanye fan. So that was the first tattoo I ever got. Okay, so this is a constant reminder for me to live free, like to not care about what anyone says. This is from Kids Next Door, another favorite cartoon. So number one was the leader of the Kids Next Door. He was very serious-minded, focused. He always got a job done. So yeah. I would say my earliest recollection of music was perhaps my dad having me dance to Michael Jackson songs when visitors came over. Yeah, that would be perhaps. And then growing up, my sisters loved MTV. I always wanted to watch Cartoon Network, but my sisters were always watching MTV. But eventually it picked up. I mean, I started falling in love with some of the sounds I was hearing, some of the genres, the different art forms. Yeah. My dad listened to a lot of house, South African deep house. He also liked high life, hip life. The first song I would say I ever wrote was back in junior high school. I was in Morning Star, and I had watched this there was a Disney series that was being shown at the time, the Jonas Brothers. So I decided I was going to make a band with my brothers. It was playful, but I wrote like something short. And that was the first time I ever really wrote anything. But when I went to high school, I met someone, it was a senior, older than me, and he used to make music. He was like the only person in the school was making music, Senabaita. Yeah, so he taught me how to like arrange, write. He taught me like the basics. And that summer we went to the studio. He took me to his studio, and Kevin Beats, he's a big guy, he's like a legend. He was the first person who ever recorded me. So yeah, I started junior high, recorded my first song, senior high school. No, because I was in law school when I wanted to make music. And I was in law school when the music started picking up and I started becoming popular. So it was like I had to make a decision. Stay in school whilst all this is going on, or drop out. And because either way, one of them would have been affected. So I decided to drop out and finish another time. I think it had to do with my interest. I was always interested in like criminal cases, or like cases, how they were solved, or like the law principles that were applied. Yeah, my father was pretty upset. There was like a period where I wasn't telling him the truth. So like he thought I was still going to school, going for lectures, but I was in the studio with all the other guys, making music, going for shows. But eventually he found out, like he kept calling. He's like, are you sure you're in school? And I kept lying. And one day I was like, to be honest, I haven't been in school for like a couple of months, and I want to drop. And when the VGMA nominations came, that's like our national awards, and I sent him the pictures. I'm like, yo, Dad, I have 5 nominations with my boys. He was like, yo, I didn't know it was that serious. I'm happy for you. Yeah, so right now it's full support. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was scared. I would say from time to time I get scared. I hope that makes sense. Because at the time, for an upcoming artist, we were like, the highest point you could be as an upcoming artist. We had just dropped our tape, we were popular, everyone was talking about it. In that moment of time, I was like, nah, this music thing is it. I'm dropping. I'm going to focus on this. But as the journey started, you meet some problems, some challenges. You're like, should I have stayed in school? Should I have, So like from time to time it comes up, you think about it and you brush it off. Life is full of ups and downs. Yeah. So Kwaku is in Ghana, every day has a name associated with it. So female will probably be called Accra, born on Wednesday. Kwaku is born on Wednesday. BS, yeah, so the BS, I usually like to leave it to everyone's interpretation. Anything you want it to mean. What do you think it means?
I'm asking, you know, I'm not the one who was there. So
Yeah, I also don't know. They all don't know.
why are you laughing?
BS, blue, what did you say? Blue, Saturday, big, big, I don't know, anything you want it to be, BS. Charlie, big, small, what?
Big smoke.
Big smoke. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Big smoke.
My leg. Bro, see the star marks. See the star marks. Whoa. Traffic, I see the girl, everybody can do this. Just the walk.
Me, I was a calm child. I grew up in Geneva. Yeah, je parle français. Mais c'est pas... Ouais, mais je parle, ouais. It was cool. It was a journey, like learning the French, going to a different place. Yeah, I had to get used to it, adapt to the language and everything, the schooling there. So we came back to Ghana in 2012. I think, yeah, that's when I kind of like took music serious. How do I convince them? I do it. Music was through a friend. I think I met him in school. North, that was North in Même. And I used to follow him around, and we met at the studio, and I used to like go around with him and meet other friends and learn through them how to do music. And it's been a while, yeah. Going to the studio and all that stuff, because I never really went to the studio. I drew a lot. I liked sports. Yeah, I liked sports too, basketball, more basketball than football. I mean, I played it in my free times with my friends. Lakers, Purple Gold, you know what it is. Fair song. Yeah, that song, I don't want to listen to it again anymore. I don't want to hear it again.
Was it great?
But I redid that song again and dropped it again, and it was good. It was a group, it was two of us, Art Sokojo and me. And we did this song, we wrote it in his house with North, we recorded it. The guy did not mix it well. He came back and we played it, the song was so awful. But yeah, I mean, we came back again and I heard another beat and I kind of like rewrote the song and it sounded good. And that was like that's like a first official song I dropped. Love on Drugs. Me, how old am I? My football age. Hey, Dago.
Yes, fella.
Hey, boy.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm out here, Darkovibes, Même Gang.
Gang.
So now what you put to talk about?
Oh, they talk about first song, my first drop, they say Love on Drugs, man.
Love on Drugs.
They carried that song.
Featured me on that.
Yeah, I had Darko on that feature too. I don't remember how old I was. Hey, that where to go? Where the hell we go? If I answer this. I am also. I am also. Okay. Let's get back to the question. I'll be back. Yeah, anybody in the gang is my brother.
All the settings, all about the settings.
You're not here to change the world, you can only contribute to the changing of the world. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, you know, through my music. I don't just make music, my music educates, my music, you know, has like lessons behind them. And every song that I tend to put out, I tend to teach people new stuff or new things. Emotional, physical, mental, you know, motivation. I had to think a lot. I had to like go through so many experiences, even heartbreak, you know, to be able to accept myself and be like, yo, this is who I am. I can't live someone else's life to please someone. I have to please myself at the end of the day. Yeah, I catch feelings a lot. And I write, and I write songs. I care about people so much that like the world, like it bothers me. That people are, they don't know who they are. You can't find themselves. So it's my job to make them find themselves. Me growing up as a child, I had an inferiority complex. You know, I wasn't accepted in school. I mean, junior high through high school. So I used to play sports. I did sports. I played basketball. I learned basketball is not really my thing, but I learned basketball because of girls, because I wanted to be accepted by girls. I wanted girls to like me, so I learned basketball. With the inferiority complex, I didn't know how to like approach people. I didn't have confidence in myself. And you know, I had to like go through some certain experiences in life to actually come to terms with myself and understand myself better and believe in like myself and accept that this is who I am, and I have to love who I am and then what? Make people love me for who I am. You get me? I mean, so many things hurt me. I mean, me growing up as a child, you know, me being like people spoke ill about me. I mean, teachers, you know, because I wouldn't say I wasn't bright in class, but I mean, I had other interests. You know, I wanted to play around my strengths, which was sports. You know, but I knew I needed to be in school to be able to get to a certain level where I could be like educated enough. So I mean, I had to balance the two. I'm art inclined as well. I paint, I draw, you know, anything that has to do with art, fashion, everything. I mean, in Ghana, growing up in Ghana, it's very difficult to come by these things. But when I was growing up, you know, my dad used to buy me like papers, colors, paints and everything to like help my painting and everything, because that's what I love to do. So, I mean, for me, having to pick one thing and focus on it, I picked music and focused on music. But if I wanted to focus on art, then I'd have to invest into art. You get me? Because no one's actually going to help you. You have to do everything by yourself. I love poetry. I think I write poetry more than I make music. When I dream that the star gets round and at all times will be on the ground, so I can roll with the stars through my sounds, beyond my limit, break bounds. I dream that the sunbeam be my spotlight and fortune be my routine, and I shine like a star with a dream team, still I dream. So that's my favorite poem. I mean, I was a very shy person and I didn't know how to express myself, you know, audibly. But I could do that through music and through my art and through writing. So then I focus more on that to express myself well. So when it comes to writing music or writing poetry or painting, you can actually feel the real me. I write better, or I think better or create stuff better when like it has to do with like, you know, the galaxy. I like mountainous areas, like being in mountains, looking at like vast land, looking in the skies, you know. So that's where I draw inspiration from, because, you know, with the skies, it's just bare, it's like very big blue. I see the sky as like a canvas, a very big canvas, like endless canvas where I can like do anything at all that I want. So that's how I picture the sky, the RJZ. This cartoon, Rocco's Modern Life. Rocco as a character had certain attributes that he exuded. He has one that he exudes, which is telling the truth. I took Rocco because for Rocco, whether people agree with him or not, his job is to tell the truth. Then when it comes to the J in RJZ is Jove. Jove is another name for Zeus, the Greek god Zeus. So it's another name that I picked for myself to exude confidence. The Z in my name, Zenith. Zenith is like your peak. So if you add all these things, it's Rocco, Jove, Zenith, which is the true God's peak. You get me? Me being in my peak or my highest, you know, form. Yeah, I'm a spiritual person, but my dad is a pastor, you know. I like to deal with things spiritually. Everything I'm doing, I like to put my everything into it. If I'm not putting my everything, it doesn't make sense. Very, very proud, I won't lie to you. I mean, sometimes I thank God for my friends, or I thank God for, you know, people that I grew up with. If those things didn't happen, I'm sure I would have still been locked into that mindset of, you know, being a nobody or feeling like I'm worthless.
I don't like attention, like I don't like attention. I just like, I don't know. That's just like I'm an introvert kind of. So like, I just like to be by myself, you know, like me in my head.
So playing games for you, it's like an escape?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like an escape. It's like just like from boredom. And maybe sometimes when I'm in the studio and I'm tired of recording, then I play a game a little and then I go back to recording. Like my mother is my favorite person in the world, just because of how the love that she showed me when I was growing up. But even I don't live with her, but even I don't talk to her often. And even when me and her talk, like she has to get me to say things, you know, like because I don't really like talking. So, but it's good because she's like a talkative. She's not like me, so she gets things out of me, and that's even my favorite person in the world. So it's just like a me thing. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody. The kids I went to school with, I went to school with them for like 15 years. You know what I mean? So I grew up with them. So it was like, so if it was like a new person coming, they have to come and like adjust to me. I don't love to be around people unless I'm comfortable. And like with me, I'm like I don't trust people easily. So if someone new comes around me, I just like to like keep my distance and study the person a bit before and see if I like the person. But yeah, if I don't know you, I don't like to be around you. I'm just comfortable because these are my friends, so I know them. I've known them for years. So yeah. Change is good when it's necessary. I don't like change if it's not necessary. So yeah.
You're my favorite one as well.
I know, right?
I don't know. I'm just protective of like my space because I like peace. So I need to know that like I can live with you in peace. I love simple stuff. Like Vans. Vans are simple. I like sleeping, being in my room, watching TV. My sister used to listen to like hip hop in the house, so that's how I was introduced to it. And so as I was growing, I was like, this is something I want to do. I was young, so I wanted to be a pilot, and then I'm not good at math, so I wanted to be a pilot, and then I wanted to be a rapper. In 2009, I met this guy. He at the basketball court. So I had like earphones, like headphones, and I had an MP3 player. And I don't know, he kind of like somehow knew that I was like into rap, and he was a rapper, so that was like my first like. He was kind of like my mentor, kind of like. Through him, that's when I actually started rapping and stopped procrastinating. That's why I wrote my first like rap, and then I went from there. So it was started in 2009. Recorded my first song in 2010. Almost 10 years later, right here. I like the culture of like hip hop. I like the swag, the way they dress. You know, the stuff they talk about. It's just like, it's not like other genres. It's like, it's really cool. I think it's like the coolest music genre. I write about life. Okay. Yeah, like just like experiences, things I've been through, like relationships, things I've been through with my parents, things I've been through with my friends, you know, stuff like that. Like just experiences. So that's the type of things I like to hear, like when I listen to music. I love the stories. I love the stories. Melodies, but mostly the stories. Like music is a form of storytelling, so that's what I like about it. Stories that inspire, basically. I really like nostalgic feelings, so like it just calms me, like, cause I remember like certain moments, you know, from that time in my life, and me being in that like area, it's just like it calms me.
So these places were your happiest moments in life?
Some of them.
You miss them?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like anime. I like that it's dark and like it's mature, you know, yeah. That's what I like about it. It's like gory, so, you know, it's not really like the other cartoons and stuff. I like Japan. I like to visit Japan. Yeah, I like cartoons. Yeah, Finn and Jake from a cartoon called Adventure Time. This is Sharingan. It's actually from anime called Naruto. It's where I'm from, like where I grew up at. It's Sakumono.
Memories.
Yeah.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, neighborhood.
Peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ming Xing Bao. Yo, I want a girl. I'm just oh shit! Oh, that hurt! Oh, that hurt!
I'm just a lover. I love everything. As far as it's good, I love it. I mean, how it feels. How love feels makes me happy. How love feels don't intimidate me. So I guess it makes me free, makes me feel like I'm free and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I like love. Yeah, I love clothes a lot. I love fashion a lot. I like clothing, I like colors. And I really love how like anytime I'm in like a good outfit, I like how it makes me feel. So I keep going for it, I keep searching for that good feeling. That's it. I mean, I used to design before I was doing music. I used to be a stylist. I used to style like other artists and stuff like that. Before I became mainstream. I started my own clothing line at some point. VG-Force, my kid brother is like doing it. It's working with the people now. I don't know. I just thought of like something. I mean, for me, it's more like a feeling. So when I'm looking for a word for like a product or any other thing, mostly it's about how it makes me feel. VG-Force makes me feel like it makes me feel strong. Like that name feels strong. It has that armed forces, air force, like powerful force, military vibes to it. Hence why I picked that. It has always been music, always. But like I had to work while I was like doing the music because I wasn't like mainstream or people didn't know me. So I had to like do other stuff apart from like the music. And fashion is some other thing that I'm really passionate about. So I just picked it. Like I studied visual arts in school. Like back in high school, I studied a lot of visual arts. So me, I love like everything about arts because it makes me feel free. The whole point is that like freedom, and that's what I stand for. I would say my dad, like my family in general, because I grew up in a house where people really are enthusiastic about music. Like they love music. It's annoying. I went to the studio one day to do a chorus for a friend, and then it just started. Payroll, it's called Payroll, back in high school. No, not at all. My dad sings a lot. Like my dad also has learned like a lot of songs. So that's where, like I'm saying, I got inspiration from. My mom at some point started recording music, so no one is surprised. Like the fact that we learn from each other, the fact that like everyone grew up from a different background, everyone is like understands music differently, but yet still enthusiastic about it. Being in the studio with them, I learned like so much because maybe I'll say something and this guy will say, oh, you can say this thing this way or with more finesse, or okay, this beat, let's use this beat. This guy is going to like use this melody. So be like, oh damn, I've never heard like melodies like this on a beats like this. Let me try and learn how he does it. Do you understand? So being in this collective, it has really helped and taught me so much. That's what I love. I love to learn too. That's what I love about it. Yeah.
I don't say it.
No, we can fight very well. We can fight very easy fights.
Crazy ones. Come on. Don't fight and see.
I mean, that's being human, yeah. If we were fighting, I swear I would be thinking we're the fakest niggas. And those were like the learning experiences because when we first met, it was all jokes, but with every arguments. You learn, okay, if I say this, I'm going to probably trigger Darko in a certain way. If I do this, I'm going to trigger him in a certain way. Although there are times where we just don't care, I'm going to say what's going to trigger him just for the laughs. do you get what I'm saying? But it's all about timing. You should know when to say what. You should know when who's in the mood.
When to stop.
Yeah,
it's normal.
It's nothing personal.
Everyone
We all
has
grow up
their
from different backgrounds, so to be the same, we have to like meet halfway. We have to fight. We have to argue because that's the only way I'll get to know you.
Okay, I mean, you have a problem. You want to talk about it, right? I'm going through something. I'm talking about it in my music. My fans, I may have fans who identify with such issues. It's just a way of getting stuff off your shoulders, relating to people. For us, I could say it's almost like therapy of sorts.
Yeah.
We just basically know who fits on what song. You know, it's all about like the vibes. Let's say Darko's producing a beat, and then I listen to or Nxrth is producing a beat, and maybe he feels like, or I feel like, or anyone feels like, Darko is supposed to be on this song, or BS is supposed to be on this song, or BS fits better with his style and his. Then so be it.
It's not even hard feelings when
it's not even
It's vibes.
Anybody can get it.
The work is too important.
As far as the whole team don't like it, then we have people who don't like it.
You go down.
For me, I took the same gang as like, well, the same, like, you know us, like.
It's those guys again.
Yeah, like, it's us.
Oh yeah, we are
early
20s.
Early 20s. Mid
We
20s.
are babies, kids, babies,
Mid 20s.
kids, babies, but especially their last 20. Especially their last 20s. Oh jeez. I'm like early 20s,
Early 16s.
early, bro.
Tu es le doyen là?
Non, pas moi.
French boy.
Yeah, we play FIFA and then we make money from it, from bettings.
And we beat ourselves and insult each other and laugh.
You go fit.
Yeah, you will fit.
So he's the best on Mortal Kombat.
We are our own bestest. That's why.
You want us to fight.
Yeah, you want us to fight.